Hi, my name's Benedict Lopes. I'm the Program Director of Scarborough Arts. You're listening to the Big Art Book Podcast. The Big Art Book Project is an experiment in 2012. It's the merger of two annual programs, a youth visual arts project and an open writing project that we do. We wanted to combine those two elements and generate fresh, new creative content and really see where that would take us. We weren't sure about the response, we weren't sure how it would be received by our community of artists, but the outpouring of material and support has been overwhelming. You'll be listening to a selection of writers and poets chosen by our juror from the Big Art Book.
My name is David Hobberlin. I was born in Toronto, down at St. Joseph's Hospital, just down the lakeshore, down in Sunnyside. I grew up in Oakville, and then I've come back to Toronto, and I live in Don Mills. Been living in Don Mills since 78, 79, actually. The piece I'm going to read it's about Toronto. I'm a resident of Toronto, was born here, and I've seen it grow. I think really thinking about it, the crux of this piece is the maturing of Toronto from the provincial capital into the city that we see today. On the waterfront of Toronto. Watch the shore life reflect in water. A dress rehearsal, a grease paint blotter, where glassy fronts sell first at auctions, to the acid rain generation, who zoom in on no-name junkets, or simply pack an order of lake, 222, go, go, go. You know, at our gathering place, the town crier fills the rim with a rocker panel ride across the city. Ergo, the daily conjecture, meaning to stimulate some eclectic adventure. But I fancy a can of ale fizzes. Bet, bet, bet. Tur, tur, tur. Hey, govern the greedy ones, please. No down payment is the cost of a retro burn. Person who fears dodgerel strives for boon, waxes the growing insecurity I feel with the expression short-term gains. Come, share a medium-well burger with E. It seems there is no fame for trees in the wash. So, why not replace them with cement? Long rudders of steel, spike piers, to gel alongside the blacktop instead. Prune, shop, jazz that walk. And since we ate, then let us rest. All Z.
You're listening to the Scarborough Arts Big Art Book Podcast here in studio at Scarborough Arts. Wow, that's a piece that's totally different from anything else that we've heard recorded in this podcast series. So, wow.
Hope you liked it.
Yeah, I did. I mean, it almost seems like a painting.
Yes, it actually is. The work, I admire the Impressionist painters. I always like Monet, Renoir, Gauguin, and Van Gogh. So this work is, particularly Van Gogh, this has this element to it. It's not a modernist look like Jackson Pollock, but it has this Impressionist feel, and that's exactly And I think what might be an interesting touch, because I thought you might ask about it, the styling, etc., was in my living room. I have a John Constable reproduction, and he's a landscape artist in England, one of the most famous landscape artists of England, and it's called the Haywain. And he has, it's a beautiful painting, and I think there's elements in my work here that sort of subtly popped into my head. So this could be sort of a joint production, John Constable and me, in a way, you know. The poem is actually written down at Ontario Place. I went with my young son years ago. This is an older poem of mine. I've written many poems, but I came back, probably it's about 10 or 11 years old, this poem, and wrote. And it's you'll notice that there's a picnicky feel here. We're eating, we're drinking, we're at the lakefront. And as you look, you'll notice, of course, we're talking about condominiums and development in the city. So this is all part and parcel of this whole picture. The other element, if I'm not going too long, you'll notice the key line here refers to Dodgero. So not only is it an element of maturing of the city, it's maturing of the person as a poet and as a person. So there's a few sub-elements in this poem. But of course, its main thrust is Toronto. And being a resident of Toronto, being very proud of being a resident of Toronto, and watching this city mature and grow. And really, I'm an older person now, but as I sit in the malls and look around and see all the young families and things like that, it's just terrific. And all the multiculturalism, that sort of thing. The city is really, I think Mayor Miller, when he was in the mayor, he mentioned that we have a world-class city, or somebody mentioned it, and I think they're right. So it's really quite uplifting for me, being born here.
Scarborough Arts is a not-for-profit community arts organization. We've been proudly serving our community of Scarborough through the arts since 1978. To find out more information about Scarborough Arts and our ongoing programs and projects, you can visit us at scarborougharts.com.